In the Griffins' living room, Peter's engrossed in Manatee Mansion makeover, while Lois worries about finances. Peter, the man of the hour, focuses on his TV show, avoiding money matters. He dismisses Meg's suggestion for a financial literacy course, while Chris wonders if it's about counting money. Lois, tired, sets a limit on spontaneous purchases. Peter defends his shopping habits, feeling targeted. Stewie, practical as ever, suggests fiscal responsibility. Meg and Chris question Peter's understanding of saving. Enter Brian, curious about the commotion. Upon hearing about Peter's spending habits, he jokes that joy can't be priced. Peter, finding an ally in Brian, is motivated. Brian's recent luxury spa weekend surprises everyone, causing a commotion. Amidst the chaos, Peter stays glued to his TV. End scene. So what do you think? Is there a Peter or a Brian in your family? Or are you the Lois holding everything together? Share your thoughts. Welcome to another slice of life from the Griffin family. Peter, in full superhero regalia, announces his new alter ego, Captain Nonsensical. Lois, ever the voice of reason, reminds him of their bills. Peter, unfazed, shares his crime-fighting strategy, involving rubber chickens. Enter Stewie with his biting sarcasm, and Meg with a pressing utility bill. Chris joins the chaos, introducing his own fashion-fighting superhero, Captain Mismatch. Brian, ever the opportunist, suggests a pyramid scheme as their financial savior. But Lois is having none of it. A sudden earthquake? No, it's just Meg, dropping plates. Finally, Lois corrals the family to discuss their finances, leaving Peter to sulk in his superhero costume. The Griffins, as unpredictable as ever, leaving us wondering, what will they get up to next? Picture this, a cozy night in the Griffins' living room. Peter's got a mystery box from Mort's discount store, only $5. Lois, however, isn't amused. Peter argues, it could be anything, treasure, gadgets, a tiny giraffe. Stewie's sarcasm, Meg's indifference, Chris's hunger, all met with a firm no from Lois. Fast forward a few hours, Peter's curiosity gets the better of him. The mystery box reveals a rubber chicken. Stewie, ever the cynic, revels in the irony. Lois reprimands Peter, Meg mocks him, and Chris, ever the innocent, wonders if Captain Sensible is a new superhero. The Griffin family laughter fills the room as Peter crowns himself with the rubber chicken. Now that's one for the books. Picture this, Lois at the kitchen table, buried in bills. Enter Peter, arms laden with a DIY hot tub kit, priced at a mere $200. Lois, the voice of reason, resists. But Peter, oh Peter, he dreams of backyard relaxation, lemonade in hand, bubbles afloat. In walks Stewie, quick to mock his father's frivolous expense. Peter remains unswayed, the allure of being a hot tub guy too strong. Enter Meg and Chris, curious about the commotion. It's not a giant pool of pudding, Chris, but close enough. And here comes Brian, advocating for the therapeutic benefits of hot tubs. Stress relief, he says. Peter seizes the moment. Mental health is at stake here. Lois, though skeptical, gives in. But not without conditions. Cutting back on other expenses is a must. Peter, overjoyed, can't wait to fill the backyard with water. Hot tub time, folks, hot tub time. So what do you think? Is a hot tub worth the expense or just another of Peter's crazy ideas? Picture this. Peter Griffin, ever the enthusiast, procures a state-of-the-art home gym. Lois, ever the realist, questions the affordability. Peter, ever the dreamer, pitches it as a health investment. Chris, ever the foodie, wonders if it dispenses pizza. The cost? Peter dodges. A classic Griffin family dialogue ensues. Lois skeptical, Stewie sarcastic, Meg concerned, Brian skeptical, and Peter, well, Peter. The gym equipment? It's advanced technology, according to Peter. The truth? It's a chaos-causing, malfunctioning mess. The path to fitness, it seems, is paved with Peter's impulsive decisions and technological mishaps. And Lois? She might just be wishing they stuck to their gym membership. Now, isn't that a typical day in the Griffin household? Weigh in, folks, was this a fitness flop or a savvy save? Picture this. Peter Griffin, bursting with excitement, brochure in hand. A family vacation, he announces, the solution to all problems. Lois, practical as ever, reminds Peter of their finances. But Peter, undeterred, paints a picture of an all-inclusive tropical resort where kids stay and eat free. Chris is sold at free food, while Meg and Lois question the details. Stewie, in his signature sarcasm, comments on the financial responsibility of an impromptu island getaway. Brian, ever the foodie, is tempted by the unlimited buffet. Despite Lois's disapproval, Peter drops the bombshell. He's already booked it. Amid the shock and disbelief, we can't help but wonder, what's next for the Griffins? Tune in to find out. Picture this, a typical evening in the Griffin household. Peter enters, arms full of scratch-off lottery tickets. "Tonight's our lucky night," he exclaims. His wife, Lois, doubtful, remarks, "Peter, the lottery isn't a dependable solution to financial troubles." Peter, optimistic, imagines a life of wealth. "Think of the possibilities," he says. Their children, Chris and Meg, envision video games and college. Stewie, the precocious infant, remarks, the classic American dream." Disappointment soon follows their excitement. "Nothing," Meg mutters. "I won nothing," Chris reveals. Stewie, ever sardonic, mocks, "Shocking given our luck." Peter, hopeful, scratches off the last ticket. "We won!" he cries. Yet Stewie examines the ticket. "Bravo, father! You've won another ticket." The Griffin family, a classic example of poor financial management. Now what do you think of their lottery strategy?
Surprise, surprise, Quahog's got a talent show, and guess who's in? The Griffins. Their act, a unique interpretive dance. Peter Griffin describes it as emotional dancing. This sparks mixed feelings in the family. Meg is unsure, Chris is excited, and Lois is skeptical. Despite Lois's doubts about the potential profit, Peter remains hopeful. He likens it to a playful stock market, only with more dance moves. The Griffins, with varied anticipations, grace the stage on the big day. The audience's reactions are mixed. Lois advocates for budgeting, but Peter prioritizes making unforgettable memories. Performance ends with a polite clapping. Stewie then humorously describes their act as the spectacle of the century, ladies and gentlemen. The Griffin family's interpretive dance disaster. What do you think? Were the Griffins a hit or a miss? Drop thoughts in the comments below.
Peter Griffin bursts onto the scene announcing, "Hey everybody! Meet the Griffin Family Super Saver 3000. Amid the family's confusion, Lois asks what it is. Sporting a mischievous grin, Peter reveals it's a homemade time machine to solve their financial issues. Stewie quips sarcastically, and Chris, intrigued, ponders undoing his past indulgence. Peter reinforces the idea of a debt-free future. Lois, skeptical, reminds them about dealing with present issues. Brian questions it, and Peter dismisses it lightly. Meg expresses her doubt, but Peter reassures her about their impending financial freedom. Despite their collective skepticism, they decide to give it a try. As everyone piles into the machine, Stewie, uncertain, asks Peter, "Are you certain you know what you're doing, Father?" Peter, both nervous and cheerful, responds, "Of course, what could possibly go wrong?"